When I found out that I was pregnant and I knew that I wanted to breastfeed, I came here on TikTok and I started doing a lot of research. This was kind of like the app that I came to when I had a lot of questions. And I feel like that's a lot of moms out here. This is kind of the first place we come to because Google's going to be scary. People don't always have the best advice. And who the heck looks at anything on Instagram? Please. So TikTok was the safest, I guess, place for me to go. Now, when I was looking up breastfeeding things and kind of like training my algorithm to show me breastfeeding content, I would see women with bags and bricks and eggs of milk. And here's the thing, I had every reason because of that to believe that that was going to be me. At no point in time did it ever dawn on me that these women are oversuppliers and that that's a thing. Because here's the thing, right? The preparation for feeding your child is the mindset that you'll be able to have milk for now, later tomorrow, and hopefully the next couple of days. Like, that's almost like the schedule. Like, you at least want to have enough milk for the whole day. And when you're a new mom and no one talks about breastfeeding to you, the concept of having to feed your baby every 2 to 4, 3 to whatever hours your baby eats, and you're like, I have to have a 2 to 4 ounce bottle every time. That math sounded insane to me. I'm like, what? And so here's the thing, right? I go to my first lactation consultation or consult or whatever. And I'm not going to lie to you guys, I wasn't the most comfortable at this appointment. There were certain things that she said and just the way that the energy was, it didn't feel very like reassuring for me. But the one thing that stuck out to me was she finally taught me how to, properly pump and all the things and how to really use my machine. And she was like, oh, look, you pumped 2 ounces. At this age, your baby only needs 1 ounce. So you have a bottle for now and you have a bottle for later. I cannot lie to you guys. Hearing her say that immediately clicked something in my mind. It was like, oh, I only need to feed my baby. Now, obviously nowadays, I try my best to share on here that we're not feeding our fridge. And I know that that concept doesn't necessarily make sense, but let me break this down to you, okay? When we pump to make bottles, when we pump to have a freezer stash, when we pump to have bags saved up for what if situations, unless you have a prior engagement that requires you to be away from your baby for X amount of hours, i.e. a job, having to store, having to prepare, having to stock up is not always practical. And this might not land on the right ear, but I pray to God that it does for the right mom that needs to hear this. There's this pressure of having to collect colostrum. Make sure you have colostrum. Hey babe, can I tell you something really crazy that I learned? Do you know that your breast milk in real time adjusts to what your baby needs? So having colostrum from when your baby was 2 months old or 2 weeks old or a day old is not going to have the same amount of power as the breast milk that you're going to feed your baby right now. That was the most freeing thing for me. Breastfeeding is so hard. It takes so much out of you physically, emotionally, mentally, socially. Imagine having a great time with your friends and your breasts become engorged and now you have to leave this great joyous moment to go sit by yourself or in a corner or separated or by a wall, by a plug, or if you're lucky you got a wearable or whatever, to be able to produce milk and feed your child. People don't talk about that, and that's fine. That's okay. That's why I do my best to make sure that I have those conversations with you, because I wish someone had them with me. But here's the thing though, right? The main goal is to feed your baby right now. Not what you did last month, Not last week, not last night, not even this morning, but right now. If baby is fed right now with whatever that looks like for you, whether you had to supplement or make a bottle for your baby, right now is what matters. Making sure that your baby is happy and healthy is what matters. To every single breastfeeding mama out there that has cried themselves to sleep because they pumped and barely got an ounce, but they know that they're gonna have a hungry baby in a couple of hours. The faith that you had to still put your breast in your baby's mouth and feed that baby. The strength that you had to go into the kitchen and make that baby a bottle is commendable. And I'm so proud of you. And please know that it is not the easiest thing to do, but the fact that you did it is something to celebrate, and I'm so proud of you. Now, I'm not here to tell nobody to stop making pump and pour videos and I'm an oversupplier and I have this and I have that. No, baby, do you. Please help the people that need you. There is someone out there that needs your content. For the undersuppliers that's pumping 0.5 ounces, there is a mommy that needs your video. For the just enoughers that's pumping, listen, baby, I got enough for this one session. I'm gonna come back later. There's another mama that needs your video. Show up as yourself. Educate in your situation. Use your testimony to help another mama out there. That is still needed. Never feel ashamed for the amount of milk you're making. That is crazy. Can't believe we live in a world now where feeding your child is a competition. Baby, what? Whether you're giving baby cow's milk, whether you're giving goat milk, whether you're doing powder, whether you're doing breast, whether you're pumping, or how about my child is fed today and so am I? Because we know how hungry we get, okay? That's all that matters. This competition has to stop. We have to stop. This journey is already lonely. Why are we making seclusions and groups and sectors for what? It doesn't make sense. It's just another way to put women against each other when we really should be uplifting and helping each other out, especially when you're trying something new, when you're doing something different, when you're stepping out of your norm. This is different. I don't care how long you've been a mom. So, I just wanted to come on here to tell you that I love you. I'm so proud of you. And do what works best for you and baby. That's it. I love you. Okay. I'm going to bed, girl. I got my hair up in a pineapple. My edges are growing. Your edges growing? Girl. We'll talk about that tomorrow. Okay.